This is the Bitcoin Otter Radio Show.
Oh my God, I love you so much!
On 97.7 FM, The City.
Blessings and good fortune, everybody. If I cut myself off, I'll say it again. Greetings, blessings, and good fortune to everyone. We have a special show for you tonight. It's going to be a good one. We've got chance for tickets from a new production from our lovely Miss Gabriela San Miguel. She is here today as our guest. Please let us know a little bit about you and what brings you to the Bitcoin Otter Show today.
Okay, well, hello. Well, hello to you. Hello to all your viewers and radio escuchas, and everybody who is interested, in very, very deep information. I love it, when I'm driving, if the station, doesn't have the extension to hear, you can hear it, still in internet. Okay, so it's pretty good, and I'm very, very happy to be here.
Yes,
and I'm also here because we just finished. Well, first of all, we've been here in the area in a very fun activity called Film Camp. Okay?
Yes, we promoted that on our Facebook channel. So tell us about it. How's it going?
Oh my God, it's amazing. Okay, we didn't thought that we would be so successful, mostly because it is the first one that that we made here, and we have everything because it's called from script to screen. So the first day I was like, okay, maybe they're gonna fall asleep because I need to show them the script, and it's really tedious.
Okay.
Me as a writer, I can tell you, everybody wants to tell you the story, but nobody wants to, put everything in that format that is so tedious, so boring.
Right.
And they took the task, like.
And you guys are putting it all into 1 week,
yes.
Right? So a tedious task, like you say, because you've got to write it, you've got to film it, you've got to edit it, and you've got to put it all together in a package so you can put it out.
Exactly. And we're going to have very soon the premiere for the short movie that the students are doing by themselves. I mean, we are not doing anything. They put up, the story. All I did was to show them how it was going to be connected. I showed them how to make, like a storyboard in an action sequence. The importance, of the steps, in order to make a movie, how to think when you are making a story, and to put your ideas on screen. That is, it's slow and tedious, but at the end it's really, really
right,
beautiful.
Right. And I am remiss. The film camp is being put on here in McAllen at the McAllen Creative Incubator. So as we know, we are on KCYP The City, 97.7 FM here in McAllen. We're also out on the Radio Garden app. I think that's what you were talking about. So yes. We got Radio Garden and TuneIn apps. We're on Facebook, YouTube. So we're going out in a lot of different places, and we're trying to reach as many people as we can. But I think that when Joe Martinez, who's behind the camera today, when Joe had this idea, it was for the kids, right? Because, and we were talking about this before we started the show, Gabby and I, that it's not real nice out there for kids in the movie land, is it?
Oh, no. That's why we're trying, to make Texas the new Bollywood. Okay, number one, because we don't have, the problems that, the Hollywood has already, and I'm not just even talking about politics. I'm not going there. But, all the situations that they had recently with writers, with artists, the producers, that they are not going, on a pair with the new technology, the problems that they have with AI, and the extent. On my personal opinion, AI is supposed to help us, not, put it on the side. Now, if you're good enough in your craft, there won't be an AI that will, go over you or that take your job.
Right, because it can't take the human element. Exactly. It can copy, it can mimic, but it cannot take the human element. We are unique creatures. We have been created by God to be unique, and, well, computer can try, but you're going to know.
Of course, you can see, the animated, and you can see one eye over here and the other eye over here. Right. It's not even that good. talking about, well, I'm gonna let my AI, like write a story. It will never write, like a good plot twist like a human will do it. So if you are good in your craft, you shall not be afraid of the machine. The machine is gonna be your helper. You're not gonna be the slave of the machine.
Well said. Well said. And from what I'm gathering, you and a bunch of other filmmakers here in the Valley are making it your mission, so to speak,
Mhm.
to bring movie making to the Valley. Not necessarily keeping only locals, right? I mean, you're open to having talent come from different places, but if we could have in the Valley here some sort of movie making factory, if you will, and a way for the messages that come out of the Valley to be broadcast, that would be great.
Yeah, we do have it. Like right now, there's people, like making movies, and like many people are saying like, well, they're making it with your cell phone, and it's about like cartels and like balazos, and it's not like real actors and stuff like that. Still, there's people putting all their effort making
Right.
those movies.
Right.
And guess what? I was like watching one the other day, and I'm like, oh my god, this is horrible. It's ridiculous. But I cannot watch away. I don't. I still want to see what is going on, what is going to happen. And for me, like what attracts me more from a movie or from a film or a series is to have a good story. Maybe it was made with a cell phone in the bathroom of your house, like with clay. But if it has a good story, it will get my attention.
And that is why you're doing what you're doing, and why Joe is doing what he's doing, because you're bringing up another generation here in the Valley. So when things first start out in any medium, in any outreach or any type of career or art, it's going to be a little bit crude at first.
Yes.
So you work off of the mistakes of others. You try to improve your own mistakes, and then as you go along, you try to educate the upcoming generation so that they don't have to go through the same crucible, if you will, the same mistake pattern that you went through. So hopefully, as these kids come up, and I'm sure Joe's going to have more of these, and he's already been fielding questions in case you have these questions about an adult version of the film camp. So that's in the works. I can happily tell you that is in the works, and we'll keep you posted on that. So, Gabby, what do you think? Because kids, you have children, right?
Yes.
So, with today's generation of kids, what would you like to teach them the most, besides what you already said about you got to have a story?
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to teach them most about what it's going to take for movies in the future?
Well, I think that by this moment, and to be honest, they can teach me more to me than I can teach to them. Honestly.
Interesting.
I learned, like I was in this career, like in 1990 something. So when I used to make editing, it was with two VCRs, like doing this and taking care of the track, and it was horrible. If you mess it up, there was no way, to fix it. Now you can do so much, with your phone and with one finger, not even two fingers. So sometimes when I have, like a problem, I go to my kids.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not gonna go to my husband. I'm not gonna go to my mother or a special guy that knows how to fix phones. I'm gonna go to my kids because they already born in that, area. So whatever I can tell them, it will be like from the core, from the beginning. Like for example, if I have a problem with the computer, yes, I can go to my kids, but I better go to my mom, because my mother, hi mom, she used to have a business in Monterrey, and I'm talking about 1987, to teach computer programming to people. Okay, and we're talking about those times when the computers were monochromatic, and you hurt your eyes so bad, and it was everything, like put a bunch of letters and numbers just to make like a line like this, like in Logo Basic, and I don't know the name of the other one. Horrible. But she knows more about programming, even when she didn't study that, because she knows, the beginning of, like the principles of computer and programming. So she asked me, like, how much, in RAM your computer, and I'm like, okay. So that's why, like, I will go to somebody. So I will say that what I can teach to students that, I want to go into film, um, I can tell in my experience, but they're not going to learn from my experience because their experience, like, can be different. But I can do, I give them the basic, and mostly I can ask them why, because that's how we learn. We don't learn by sitting and listening. We learn by asking why, and by answering, or trying to answer, or trying to give the right answer.
Right, right. So if I'm gonna dig into that, the why would be for them to figure out why things may have happened in their life. Okay, and then they're gonna put it in written form.
Yes.
But not the obvious slap you in the face why. They're gonna give what happened and then show why it happened, or their best guess as to why it happened in the direction. So it's a whole package, right? Because movies, and I love movies, and anyone who knows me knows that I love movies. So basically, what I'm gathering from this camp is that kids are learning the whole gamut of movie making, from your mind, okay, to the paper, to the computer, to the screen, to the stage, because we have a stage out here. So they're able to bring it all together, and then hopefully by tomorrow, right, you guys will have, or maybe the weekend, you'll have a working product. You'll have something that the kids can look back on, get a copy of, and say, hey, I did this.
Yeah, honestly, yes. I mean, we've been working very, very hard. Mostly, like Joe. Well, me at the beginning, because I am the beginning person. Like, okay, we're gonna start from the story first. Like, and we're gonna make a script. Now we're going to use this script, and we're gonna make an escaleta, how we call it, all the breakdown. Like, it's like what number of scene, what happened in the scene, who's gonna be in the scene, and that makes your life so much easier, because then um, how to schedule every single scene that you're gonna shoot. Now, there are things that the books or the videos or anything are not going to tell you, that you're gonna learn here in the camp. For example, the people that are, coming to talk, like Maneli Cepeda, like Luis Antonio Rodriguez. Who else was
Fernanda Romero.
Fernanda Romero. I mean, she was in telenovelas.
Ya vino.
No, she was in Zoom with us,
Okay.
and Los Alais too. Like we, and also who was here?
Diana Durango.
Eh?
Diana
Durango. That is true. And the kids have been, like very, very interested in everything what they're saying. And then we have, like professionals, like helping us.
Quinn Rogers also
Oh,
came.
Quinn Rogers and Ernesto.
Ernesto came.
Ernesto Garcia también, and everybody was so excited because they have, like a World War One, like movie,
Right.
here in the valley.
Right.
Very,
I
very
remember that.
interesting.
I remember meeting him, and it's got to be something that these individuals, the list of individuals you guys just listed,
Mhm.
they have to be excited that they're able to teach a new generation, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
and to be heard, like by the young generations, because from the beginning, I was telling Joe, no, if I have to babysit, I'm off. Bye. I'm not done with that. I'm gonna stay, the entire summer with my cats, and that's it. But turns out, like this group of kids, they didn't come, here to jump and play, like and misbehave, or no, they came to learn, like something exciting,
yeah.
something that they are, like very, and it's amazing because now this is the moment when we say, like how good or bad technology can be, like and everything, the answer is how you use it, like maybe there's people, with their own phones, like doing like and that's
Right.
gonna misbehave. But I remember that it was so hard for me, like in elementary school, when the teacher will put something in the board and, okay, is everybody done? And I'm still writing, like, no, wait, I'm not done. And now all they do is, to take a picture with the phone of the board.
Yes.
And then they go home and redo it and study it. And it's, I don't know who is more excited, me or the kids, but we've been putting this together in order for them to have fun and for them to learn. And not just that, for them to use what they're learning. Because, like, I could learn Russian, that if I'm never gonna be in Russia, I will not learn Russian.
Right, right. Yeah, so they're what we're hoping,
Not only
and I'm
Russia.
no, not to go. I might go to Russia. I like Russia personally, but
It's
that's
too,
me.
It's too cold for
It
me.
is cold. It is cold in the winter. But what we're hoping is that, and this is my hope. I'm not going to throw you into my jackpot,
Mhm.
but my hope is that much like Bitcoin, as it is very decentralized, things like movie making become decentralized because we know what Hollywood is. Okay, it's ugly, but it's still the center of movie making in the world. If we can decentralize this, okay, we can get new ideas, we can get better ideas, because if you are a movie lover, you do know that Hollywood is anything but original. They're just not. They're really not original. They go off. I mean, if you could look at a script from 2024 and you could go back to 1924 and see the same movie, different characters, different look, but the same script, the same storyline, because they don't come up with original ideas.
It wasn't even original back then. You know, the first movies were made, you know, were adaptations from a play, you know, from theater plays. So
Okay,
not
yeah,
even
fair enough.
that.
Yeah, exactly. So even now it's worse. You're compounding the unoriginal ideas. So as we expand, decentralize, I love that word. Bitcoin is completely decentralized. Another plug for Bitcoin, right? But we need to do that to the institutions of this world. We need to do that to Hollywood. We need to do that to government, right? Bring the power back to the locals, right? That's where it ought to be. The people should decide what happens in their town, what happens in their county, their state, right?
Mhm.
Bring it back. Decentralize the federal government. Federal government has its place, but it certainly isn't in my living room. That's for sure.
Yes.
Or my pocketbook. So, my bank account, right? So, what we're doing here, well, what I'm doing is trying to showcase what they are doing in this camp, which is trying to bring a movie making atmosphere to a locality, to the valley. And we have the perfect place for it here. Okay, the perfect people. You guys are of the valley, right? You're part of it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, you came from Mexico, but this is your home now, right?
Yes.
So this we're doing it here in our home, right? And the kids are already here, obviously. So it's a homegrown movie making experience, which is great. Now I want to move on to something a little bit different.
Okay.
You have some tickets here in front of us. What are those tickets for,
Oh my God.
and how are you gonna give them away?
I am so excited. Look at this. Look what I have here. Da, 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 da. Okay, this is for No Más Buenas Películas de Acción. It's our latest movie directed by Luis Antonio Rodriguez. He personally came here, you know, like to the studio, and you know, like left us these 4 tickets. We're going to give them away, I think, one by one. Okay.
Okay.
But those are yours, so you can, you know, give them away in your show.
Oh, thank you.
Stake in the, you know, like in the show, and it's very special this time because we have, you know, like the general tickets like that. But if you are thinking about, you know, like a different experience, we have, you know, like my friend Danny Tiscareño, who is, you know, like an expert on giving us, you know, like a very nice fancy experience. And we're gonna have the VIP area, okay, with champagne and everything. So just, you know, like go to Everbright event. And
Everbrightevent.com or
I think so. The link has to be somewhere. Okay, in my
okay.
in my Facebook, they can find it over there. So you can choose, you know, like what kind of ticket, if you want the regular ticket, or if you want the red carpet.
And the venue is Cine El Rey.
Cine El Rey, yes, because they've been
Here in McAllen.
Yes, it's a classic. Cine El Rey is a classic. Also, it's great because you can, you know, like sit down with your margarita and, you know, like and
Oh,
enjoy.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
The
amazing.
original, that was before the one they have in Edinburgh, right?
Exactly.
So okay, so Cine El Rey, is that in McAllen or is that in
It's downtown McAllen, yes.
McAllen, okay.
On 17th Street, I guess. It's on 17th.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Cool. So did you want to give these out now or do you want to give them out? How do you give them out?
Those are for your audience, so you tell.
Okay. So most of our audience is here in McAllen. So what I'm going to do is, and I don't know, here's the issue with this Facebook thing. When I put out, hey, we're going to be on Facebook, oh, they don't like me. They don't like what we talk about. We talk about open things like you and I were just talking about Hollywood and Disney and all that.
Yeah.
And then Facebook doesn't like us telling the truth. So what we're going to do is, because I don't know if we have enough people on right now. Sue, I saw you in here. My sister Sue's in Florida, though, with Dad. Hey, Dad. How you doing,
Hi.
everybody? So what I'm suggesting is
Mhm.
that we I'll put it in when we close up the show.
Yes.
I'll put it in the comment section. And what do you say we ask maybe a little bit of trivia and the answers get the
All
tickets, something
right.
like that?
All right, like they can find the trailer in YouTube, and it has like the main characters that are Juan Carlos Casasola. Okay, the other one is
This is
Hector
what
Soberon,
the ticket looks like, everybody.
and Carlitos, el productor from El Gordo y la Flaca. Okay, those are like the three of the like great artists like that are in the movie. If you know somewhere else where you've seen Juan Carlos Casasola or Hector Soberon, okay, like if I saw him, like in this show or this telenovela, then tickets are yours.
Awesome.
What do you
Awesome. That sounds good.
think? Yes.
That sounds
You
good.
just asked me like, Gabby, is it true that like this guy was here? Yeah,
Okay.
because they done everything, like they done comedy, drama, and those like are excellent actors. The ones that are here in this latest episode of a trilogy, okay? Because first it was an awesome action movie. That was the first one that we shot like a couple of years ago. And then the last year, we continue with some awesome action movies. That was the second part. And yes, I really am not really good, like titling the movies,
Sure.
but I'm good at writing it, hopefully. And this is the third one, and then the three of them, like we have this great talent. So well, let's see, like if you can, like get the tickets. And Luis Antonio Rodriguez, he did a great job, like directing. We actually had to work, like around very busy schedules, because as it's a trilogy, the first thing that you have to do is to find out who is available. That was, like that it was part of, like the last.
First couple, yeah.
Yes. So the first time, like we had Geraldo Alvarez and Julian Montemayor. Okay, those were the brothers,
Okay.
but they couldn't make it, like for the second one. So I called my brother, Cesar San Miguel, who, by the way, hello, hermanito, I love you, and go tomorrow to the no, go to Saturday, like Flying Walrus, Los Estuches. Okay. So it was my brother, Cesar San Miguel, and Angelo Salais, another great actor from Mexico City, who is being, like in Drunk History Mexico, and like.
Oh, really? He did Drunk History in
Yes.
Mexico? Wow.
It's amazing,
I like that show. I've seen the English version.
Oh my God, my husband, he doesn't speak Spanish, but like he can see the subtitles, and he said like, I like the Mexican version better, like it's funny. So I totally recommend you that one. And it's I love history, and I love like comedy, so that's
Right. And
perfect
this
show.
is comedy?
That is comedy, yes.
Okay, like how would you put it? Like it's sarcastic, right? Something like that. It's okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sarcastic, and
It's a spoof kind of.
it has everything, like from the light kind of like jokes to the very like sometimes I can be very very vulgar, but like
A little risque.
yes.
Yes, okay.
So it depends, like your kind of sense of humor, like for a person like me that love, like simple, like Charlie Chaplin jokes, like or Charlie Chaplin movies, and go from that to Sacha Baron Cohen, that is like, oh my God,
In your face.
in my
Yeah,
face, and
yeah,
it's
yeah,
funny. It's
yeah,
still, it's
yeah.
so disgusting that it's funny. I
Yeah,
can't look
I get
away.
you. I get. So these tickets, ladies and gents, are for July 6th and July 7th. So the first showing is 7:30 p.m. on July 6th. The second one is going to be 2:30 p.m. afternoon on July 7th. So I'm going to put the clear way of obtaining these tickets. There are 4 of them. Now, do you want to give them out 2 and 2? How do you want to do that?
Yeah, let's do 2 and 2. 2 over there, 2 over here. Okay. So over here, you have to tell me somewhere else where you've seen the first ones. Like in the comments, that tell me, like where have you seen that guy? Okay, either Hector Soberon or Juan Carlos Casasola.
Any movie or TV show?
Any movie or TV show where you've seen it before?
Okay, guys, if you could come up with that in the comments to this video, okay? Say it one more time so it's real clear as to how they can get these tickets.
Okay, just let us know in the comments, okay, where have you seen one of our, main characters, that is Hector Soberon, that actor, he's been in telenovelas, TV shows, movies, and the same for Juan Carlos Casasola. Also, so tell me, Hector Soberon and Juan Carlos Casasola, where have you seen them? Let's see, who.
Right. Well, and it doesn't have to be live. It can be live. You can pop up right now if you want.
And then you can, come and pick it up here to the office, because Joey's gonna be here all night editing everything that we've been working on very, very hard, and not just us, the kids. I mean,
Right.
Man, you have to see them. They're excited, and that make me excited. Then I go home and I pass out.
So let me ask you this:
Mhm.
Have the kids come up with an idea that made you say, "Oh, wait, I never thought of that."
Oh yes, like they surprise me every day. Like there's a couple of them that are always shy in the corner, and you think like, well, maybe they're here because the parents have to work and we were the only available. No, turns out like, oh my god, I mean, this is gonna be the next writer, and she's gonna be good. She's not gonna be me. She's gonna write like a Shakespeare.
Wow.
Yeah, like wow. So they keep on surprising you, because I have another one today who is like, Miss, what is your phone number? And I'm like, what do you need my phone number? Because I'm gonna send you all the music that I found, like free royalty, like that we can use as a score.
Wow.
Okay, so and
That's next level, and you didn't even teach that.
No, that's actually next level, and that is making that's why we have to go with the times, okay? Like I remember, and maybe this will make you very, very happy, but the decentralization is very close. Why? Because remember what happened with TV station. Like for example, in Mexico we have like a TV station that was like the master and king of everybody. You wouldn't be on TV unless you do something to the producer or the director or both of them. Okay?
Yeah.
Dirty things.
You gotta pay your dues.
Oh yes. Okay.
Especially the females, unfortunately, they had to go through that.
Oh no, they didn't discriminate. They didn't discriminate, female or male or whatever. They horrible. But the thing is, there was no way that nobody will see your talent if it wasn't like that.
Right.
Now we have so many apps, we have so many social media, we have, and that's the way that I'm saying, like, hey, I have talent, okay? See me. I don't care if I'm not going to be, like in a big TV station. And now we have streaming, so everybody's choosing.
That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah. So nobody is choosing, like to be in, begging a TV station to say like, please hire me, I want to be seen. No, now the world, if you have talent, the world is gonna see you, okay? Because there's right now, like this conflict that there's people are saying like, well, there's a lot of people without talent, like in online, and I do agree, but then like they have an audience who like that.
Yes.
Okay.
There is always an
fine.
audience. And let me maybe I can bring you in on something that I study, which is the emergence of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, right? So there are people out there that are creating what is called, and longtime viewers of this show will understand this because I've explained it before. It's called the shareable economy. Mm-hmm. So what it means is that there will be a time when you can create your product, a movie in your case, right? And you can put it out either streaming, you could do it as a series, like a show, or you could put it out as a standalone movie. And the watchers, the people that watch it, okay, will garner you. They will gain currency for you, money for you, because you created it, okay? And then as they pass it along and more people watch it, they will gain money. Yes. So it's called the shareable economy. Yeah. Okay. So these days are coming, ladies and gents. And the ideas are there, right? And for an example, Gabi didn't have she's not really interested in cryptos, right? You're not really interested in Bitcoin,
no.
Whatever, right? But she has the idea because it's a central idea to each person that needs to be decentralized. So it's not just, the yahoos, the criminals in Hollywood that get to make movies anymore.
Exactly. That is, actually the beauty of this is that probably, like there are enterprises that are crumbling down like this, like kids streaming, like thing that now they have in Netflix when they came up, like with Quiet on Set.
Mm.
It was things that I found, like so aberrant, disgusting, but things that people told us before and nobody
We
knew.
should have known, and the thing is, we have known,
Oh yeah.
but there's not enough people to say no.
Well, the thing is, like they uh, manage this in such a disgusting way, like to make people think like, is this my fault or what? And it's that's why one of the things that we, I talk with the kids, like, and I love it because we have relationships with the parents that come and hear,
Right,
and they're
right.
always with their kids.
That is the key.
They don't. It's not anymore. They finally get the idea. Yes, my kid has talent. Here is my kid, but I'm not leaving. I'm gonna be here.
Yes.
You don't want to hire my
Yes.
kids. I'm so sorry for you. Okay, as long as the parent is, like they're watching, like all the time. Actually, it makes it better for us, the filmmakers.
Of course.
We feel more supported. Okay, because the kid, we're gonna have, like the same. We're gonna work together, like with the parents. Just like when the teacher works together with the parent, the kid succeeds.
Right.
Why? Because if the kid goes to home and he say like, well, my teacher don't like me and blah 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 blah, then the parent goes against the teacher and is gonna start telling the kid,
Yes.
don't listen to your teacher. Okay, and then the teacher is gonna be like, well, I'm calling CPS on your parents because and then that's when the kid doesn't succeed. But when there's a relationship between, like teachers and parents and they are on the same page, and even when the parent is like, but my son, like he has, this problem, and like he's suffering so much, he's like an only kid and stuff like that. And that happened to me before because I was a teacher. And they say, well, okay, I am gonna have your kid only for 1 year. That's when I was a teacher. I'm gonna have your kid only for 1 year, and then it's all yours. So it's your decision. You deal with me right now, or you deal with the parole or probation officer, like in the future.
Right. So
And-
discipline has to occur.
Yes. And the best part is that I don't need to say, like, hey, be quiet, sit down, because that's not how it works anymore. It works saying, like, help me doing this. Look, show me how to do that, because that's the only way that the kid is going to learn. If you go and ask him, how do you think that I did this? How are you going to do that? What is the procedure for this? They are not just getting information. They are, like putting together. They are, I teach them to think, to reason by themselves, like for why, how.
And from what it sounds to me, they're already there.
Oh yeah, they don't
These
need
kids are already there, right? It's just you're helping them bring out what they already have, so that you can put it in in movie form, and then they can get better at it.
Oh yeah.
So, but the thing that Hollywood does is they abuse the children.
Oh, that's
Okay,
cool.
they exploit and abuse the children. So we're taking that back. We're taking our kids back. We're taking everything about the empire system, right? The empiric system that says, hey, if you want to do a movie, you got to come to Hollywood and you got to give up your mind, body, and soul to the demon that is Hollywood. And that's done. That they don't know it yet, but they're done. They're done. With so many other things in this world and in this society is done. We're not going to take it anymore. We're not going to deal with it anymore.
Well,
So
that's why many people, stop believing in the Oscars. Like
it's a joke.
A lot of us were like, oh, really? Now what? Now who pay you more? Like for that. We all know, that is a show. It's pretty show because the clothes is pretty and the people, like that you see there. Okay, I want to see who is with there, but they start doing, and I'm sorry, but I do not believe, like that slap was honest. Like I'm sorry, that was show.
It was
And I
yeah,
feel
showmanship,
bad.
showmanship,
I
right?
feel bad for Will Smith who had so much hate for that, and it wasn't even true. Like I'm sorry. Like if Will Smith punches you, you're gonna end up in the floor. Okay,
Yeah.
that is not how it happens. So, but anyway, what my point was, It's a show, and it's a desperate, like patadas de ahogado. Well, that's how we call it in
Yeah.
Spanish. But
They're on their
it's-
last legs.
Well-
The English version of that.
but it's not just like the Valley. It's also like Canada. Who's making like very good films. It's also like Europe, even when they're like not having the greatest like moment economically.
Yeah,
Still,
yeah.
they
Neither are
have,
we.
oh my God, material of the first class. There's uh, um, a director called Alex de la Iglesia,
Okay.
and he's kind of gory and stuff like that. But now Hollywood want to bring him, because he's so good, and he's still like Almodovar, like very Almodovar.
He's like that.
He's like, okay, yeah, I'll do this project with you, but then I'll come back with you,
Right,
okay? Because
right.
here is where you can do what you can show, okay?
Because Hollywood wants to capture them.
And we
Okay.
we don't have the unions, like that are, giving, most problems. The agents here are more awake of what your client needs and wants. Okay, not about like selling body.
Hang on. We here in the Valley have agents, talent
Yes.
agents
Yes, we
that
do.
are representing actors and writers and
Actually, the most of them are in Houston, right? Houston, San Antonio, Austin, and Austin.
okay.
But they represent people in the valley.
Oh,
And here in this camp, the actors, okay, like for example Manelli and who else, Angelo, they were talking about having like somebody. Caleb Phoenix too. He was talking about like getting an agent and how the things work with your agent. And right now it's more fair. Like years ago, your life will depend on your agent. And I know stories about people basically, like you say,
Abuse.
yeah, because they didn't read the small print. Like, yes, que flojera, but like, go with your lawyer and take your lawyer to check it before
Yeah.
you sign
And again,
anything.
this is if we're dealing with in this film camp. This one particular one is for 18 and under.
Mhm.
So it takes parent involvement, right?
Yes.
I mean, you want it. These kids need somebody to look out for them because, well, they're kids, So the part that I really enjoy about this whole camp is that they're learning. The kids are learning, but since the parents and like you say, they don't just drop them off.
Mhm.
Maybe they do once or twice during the camp, but they're also there watching, seeing what their kids are doing and who's teaching them,
Exactly.
and that's important.
And it's nothing like, mijito, come and do this. And no, they do not interrupt. They do not mess with your directions. And they're like, how can I help? And I love that from people of the valley. Okay. Now, people of the valley will step on your head, either step on your head or will give their life to help you. Okay. There's nothing in the middle, honestly. I haven't.
That
been
you see.
in the middle.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sorry. But yes, I mean, we right now we are in that moment, like where, okay, we don't need the open, like TV anymore because we have streaming, and also we have free things like YouTube, like TikTok, like
Right.
anything, okay, to entertain us. And now it's going to happen the same. Why? For those things, like that I was telling you, like that those movies with the cell phone, they already monetize it. You know that, okay? There's audience for that.
Yes.
They are watching it over and over in YouTube, and that is making money, for the people who upload that video.
Right.
They already
But
make-
not enough, Gabby. Not enough. Because YouTube takes a huge share.
Oh yes.
Okay. Huge. So
Later is
where
gonna
I'm
come
where I'm
another
going
one.
exactly where I'm going with the blockchain technology, Web 3. Right now we're on Web 2, but Web 3 will be a shareable economy. And I'm looking forward. Wow, am I looking forward to that? Is there anything before we close out? And we're going to go over this one more time. But before we close out, anything you want to add that I haven't asked you yet?
Yes. Make yourself visible. Like if you are interested in the movie making as an actor or actress, as a producer, as a director, and you say like, well, I don't have a chance. I do not have time. Even when you say, I don't have money to go to film school, I don't have time to do this. Honey, you have a cell phone? Yes. Okay. Then, do you have any program in your cell phone? Any app, like to edit? Yes. Okay. You have a friend that helps you. You have a good story. You have elements. You can do something. And guess what? You take it to a festival because we have Cinesol, we have a South Texas International Film Festival. We have great festivals here in the Valley and Texas. Okay, and even when you made, like a film with your phone, that you did it when you had no time. Okay, with your friend, the one that doesn't know how to act, stuff like that. Okay, you still can do it. You still can be seen by people who is making movies, and that we need you. Okay, we need you. And before, yes, on the for this, okay,
Yes.
for this,
2 tickets.
2 tickets.
2 and 2.
Yes,
4 in total.
we're gonna have on Saturday in the main presentation. We're gonna have the red carpet. It's gonna be amazing, all this experience. And we're gonna have Daniela Tiscareño. Okay, she has an amazing show. She just came back from touring, and
where is that going to be?
In El Cine del Rey before we start our show. So you're gonna be okay, you're gonna have some live music, and it's gonna be amazing. And then on the next day, on the Sunday, okay, it's gonna be in the afternoon, we're gonna have the Mexican boys, that are between hip hop band and corridos tumbados band, and they're amazing, they're pretty good, and I want to say hello to all of them. And they're gonna be there on before the show of Sunday. So
Okay.
it's going to be the whole package.
Which is a 2:30 show on Sunday.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so it's going to have the whole package. Well, bring your partner because, it's not for kids. We have, some jokes that might not be suitable for kids.
Good,
And
good
here
for you
in
to point that
Texas,
out.
We protect the kids. I'm sorry, but that's how we do it.
Yes. Amen. Awesome. That is awesome. Ladies and gents, this has been a great experience for me. I get to learn. I learned a lot. I'm also hoping to promote the, perhaps not this one because you guys are already in production, the film camp, right? Joe is already thinking about an adult version of the film camp. So as soon as that comes out, we're gonna let you know. But wow, I had a lot of fun, Gabby. I really appreciate you coming out and speaking with us. You've probably been here all day, right? With the camp and all that, so
Well,
so I appreciate your time.
it's good. I didn't have to go anywhere else.
Okay, yeah, that's easy, right? That's pretty easy.
I didn't have to go to a radio station, far away, and God knows
It was right here.
It was right here, okay? Because here we have everything in McAllen. We have everything.
Yes.
On the McAllen Creative Incubator, where they have, an amazing experience. If you want your kid to learn art, just bring it here and then wait for him there. Okay, actually, one of the things here, that I love is that the classrooms are, actually big windows. Okay?
Yes. Yeah. Very visible.
What else do you want?
Transparent.
That's how we want everything here.
Art, music, acting, direction, everything.
Yes,
Everything. And radio, of course.
And radio, yes. And don't forget, we have very upcoming projects with film in the Bollywood.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Gabby.
Thank
Also,
you.
remember, you can answer those questions. Put them in the comments. Doesn't have to be live, everybody. Doesn't have to be live. It'll be anytime during the week or whatever, and we'll figure out who the lucky 4 people, or maybe it's just going to be 2. Who knows? But you get free tickets to a good movie made here in the Valley, homegrown. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you. God bless your families. Have a great day, and please watch your kids. Be with your kids. Help your kids grow. Thank you. Have a great day. God bless.
This is the Bitcoin Otter Radio Show.
Oh my God.